and welcome to another episode of Let's Make It. This is going to be our last episode for this year. We're going to take the last couple weeks of December off. I have a project I've been working on, the Switcher project, and I'm in the part now where I'm debugging and finalizing the code. So I need a couple weeks of dedicated time to do that. Plus, it's the holidays and family things and all that mixed in there. And I'm sure you have family things. So we decided to make this the last episode of the year. Our first episode of the new year will be the 6th of December. 6th of January of 2014. Now, I am, again, solo tonight. I have not heard from Bob. I'm wishing him well. Hopefully he's doing okay. But I have not heard anything new from him. Anyways, we're going to do a very short episode because this mainly is to wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate at the end of the year, and a Happy New Year because we're not going to be coming back until the 6th as well. So have a great New Year. I do want to cover a few things, and one of the first things you're going to see, well, we talked about little things from the past a little bit. We've done a lot of things this year, and we did them because people were asking us to do them, because we were curious about them ourselves, or we had some kind of interest in them. So we've covered a lot of things. We started this show in late December of last year, but didn't really get rolling until January of this year. So we've covered a lot of things. This is episode 47. So we've had a couple weeks kind of off in the middle there, where I was gone for a week on a cruise and things like that. And so we've done 47 episodes already this year, and next year we plan to do just as many. So we'll be reaching our century mark, or 100 episode mark in next year. And as we're going to keep continuing, we have things we can keep going forever, this stuff. And I have other things I'm interested in that are around this that aren't Arduino based that I'd like to start bringing in as well. We may do a few different types of segments. Maybe we'll do some pre-recorded segments. We have a couple people that watch our show that has some very interesting things they could talk about. But the time we do the show live, it just doesn't work for them because they're in another country that's basically in the middle of the night for them. So we may start pre-recording some segments and then playing them back as well. And some of the things, it's a little bit easier sometimes to edit a segment because it's a long process. I wouldn't want to sit down here and download and format like a SSD card for Raspberry Pi, because it takes 20 minutes to load that. That'd be a waste of your time. So some of those type of things that we haven't done because of that, we're going to start recording actual segments and playing them back during the show. That's some things for next year. Now we have a lot of things planned for next year. I have a long list of things, and my list is probably going to grow in the next few weeks because I'm going to be pretty much working on the Arduino constantly. That and some C# code to interface with this and testing. So I imagine I'm going to come across a whole bunch more ideas for future episodes as I do that as well. So one of the things I do want to talk about, though, is one of the shows coming up, actually two of the shows coming up. I may do it on the same show, different segments. Don't know how it's going to work out. But basically what it is an alarm system. So we have a shield that we have designed. This was done in Fritzing, and it basically is a 4-zone alarm. So it is a shield, it plugs into an Arduino, and it gives you the ability to control a 4-zone alarm system for your house. So you can write your own alarm system for your house. So we're starting to get the parts in for that. These are magnetic sensors you put on doors and windows. And we have a few other things coming as well. Then we'll be able to do this. I think we have a motion sensor that's still coming. I can remember a couple other kinds of magnet type things. So we'll have a good segment on how to build your own alarm system sometime, or hopefully early in the new year. And then this is RFID. We've covered RFID in the past, but we use something that you couldn't mount on the wall. We used an adapter, or I don't remember who even made it, SparkFun maybe, that you plugged into like an Arduino or into our breadboard, and it stood up. And it'd been very hard to use something like that to build something that would work. This is an commercial grade RFID reader. So we're going to do an episode around this as well and try to get this to work with an Arduino, which is maybe a little bit more common for usage. So that's something that's coming up. I don't really have a lot to show you today. In fact, I don't even have a computer in front of me today because I really want to make this episode very short, just to wish everybody a happy holiday season, and that lets you know we would be taking a break for the next couple of weeks, and we'll be back in January again. Hopefully when we come back in January, Bob is feeling better, or we have a little bit more of an update on how he's doing. So again, I just don't have any updates for that. And a few other things that are going to be changing in the new year, and you see one of them right now at the bottom. We're changing our graphics around, and I have a friend, a very young friend, who is good in graphics, and I gave him a little bit of money to do some new stuff for us, and I got that stuff. His name's Sean Callahan, so applause to Sean Callahan and for doing the graphics for us, because they look awesome, and he's doing it for some other shows as well. So we will have all the stuff set up in the new year. This is just a little tease at the bottom, and me experimenting throughout the week, trying to see how they would look. So you get a little bit of a preview, but starting in January, we will be doing things much differently as far as graphics go. In fact, that's the other thing we're taking off for, is a lot of things, our workflow is going to change considerably, hopefully to make it even more streamlined for us, to free up our time to do more things. Because even though we've been streamlining it, it's getting better and better. In fact, it's compared to when we started last year, when it took me 3 to 4 hours after a show to edit it, and now it's taking me 15, 20 minutes to edit it. I can probably get it down to 5 to 10 minutes to edit it, but every little bit we do to streamline the process helps. Of course, there's always hiccups and quirks when you do make changes like that. So in January, be prepared for some hiccups and quirks, because it does happen, especially when you make changes. And as we figure out little effects of the different changes we made and a way to get around them and make them work properly. That's all coming up, and you have that to look forward to as well. Of course, it wouldn't be fun if there was no change. That's the whole idea of Let's Make It. You're making something, and something's constantly changing, and that's kind of why we work in the studio. We keep trying to improve things as we go forward, find a better way to do something we were already doing. In this case, we're pretty much we've switched over to a software-hardware hybrid system, which works well. However, we were using some Mac Minis to do that, and the video inputs on them the external video inputs are not always stable. You can't leave them up for days. So we went to a hardware-based, PC-based system, and we're switching that over during the next couple of weeks. Hopefully that's more stable, because we have physical cards plug in, they don't go away, things like that. That's kind of how behind the scenes. So anyways, I just wanted to come and let you know we weren't missing a week. We just decided we didn't want to spend a lot of time this week. We wanted just to wish everybody a good time for the end of the year, and we would see you again back in January. So that being said, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. We'll see you all January 6th.